All right, so I think I'm live. Let me see if this stream is starting up. All right, let's give it 1 more minute to make sure this all works out as expected. And today is March the 1st, 2020. And this has been a tough month for me. I have spent a lot of time on not only on my blog but on other things. But let's see. Yes, and it looks like the stream is live. And hello and welcome. So this is another Ask Me Anything Sunday for the blog MakeMoneyOnlineForLife.com. So anyone who's listening in, welcome. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and definitely go in and check out my blog, which you can find under http://makemoneyonlineforlife.com. Or if this is too long for you, you can also go to http://mmofl.com. As a shorthand. So let's get started. What happened in the last couple of weeks? So I have been busy on the blog, as you may have expected. I have installed not too many plugins this time around. As you may remember, the last couple of months I have continuously added new plugins to the blog and fine-tuned every little aspect of the blog. This month I was pretty content with what I had, and the only thing that I had to work on was the Hotspot Analytics plugin. This is a great plugin, unfortunately no longer maintained, but you can download it off GitHub, and I would recommend you guys take a look at this plugin, and it's a really nice plugin. What I have done is I installed it on my blog, and I actually did a couple of changes to the source code, and I will push these to my GitHub repo within probably the next week or two, once I've finished one final change to it. Otherwise, the blog is going well. Technically, there are no major different issues, and I want to leave it and focus more on content. I have resubmitted my AdSense appeal. As you may know from my December report, or from my activity in December, I was terminated by AdSense, and AdSense or Google will give you the chance to appeal the termination through applying through a online web form, and will then block you from submitting anything more, but you can resubmit it after 1 month. So I've submitted it the 3rd month in a row, and Google so far has ghosted me. There was 0 response from Google, not even an email saying that, hey, we received your inquiry and we are looking at it. So I don't know what's going on with this company, but I lose more and more faith in it, and have moved away from a lot of their offerings. So I use DuckDuckGo, I use Firefox instead of Chrome, and a whole bunch of other things. So it's always good to have alternatives in case something like this happens, and off we go. I spent also the last, I would say, week really thinking through the goals that I want to achieve in March. I have not been able to achieve most of my goals, or a lot of the goals that I set out for February. And so for March, I created a new set of goals, and I want to make sure that this time around I will actually pull through and accomplish what I set out to do. One of my things that one of the areas that keep me really busy is actually I started working out again regularly. Once you get into my age, or really at any age, I think you have to stay fit. You have to make a certain sport, or you have to be active at least 4 times a week to retain your health, right? So I started in late December, I started another session of P90X. I've been doing this for on and off for about 10 years now, and it's always a good feeling once you get once you get over the initial hump, which can be very hard. So anyways, I spend about 9 hours of the spare time that I have each week on exercising on P90X, and that those 9 hours are obviously 9 hours I can no longer spend on the blog. I have published in February only 3 posts, and that's partially because these 9 hours really eat into the time that I have to write. The other thing that it does, I usually work out in the morning, then I do stuff on the blog, I go to work, and when I come back from work, I'm just too drained. I do not have any energy after work, so I usually go to bed early, obviously, because I want to get up early and start working on my blog. And one of the things that I started seeing is when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it just does not give me enough time before I have to go to work to actually do a lot of the things that I want to do on the blog because of the workout, the additional hour and a half that I have to spend on P90X. So I started setting my alarm for 4 a.m. now, and I go to bed 1 hour earlier than I used to, and in order to get enough sleep. And this so far has worked out pretty good. I started doing this last week, and I will continue doing this going forward. So this should give me back another 6 days. This will give me back another 6 or 7 hours each week that I can spend into the blog, and I hope, I know for sure that this will help me to get back to on target and create more than just 2 or 3 blogs 1 month. And what I want to achieve this month is I want to get to 5 blog posts this month, which does not seem like a lot, but remember, it takes a lot of time, energy to do the proper research, to find the information that I want to put into each of these blog posts to be valuable. And then I have to also do the social media advertising, marketing campaigns, which I do using Pinterest, so it takes time to create the pins and distribute it out. And some of the blogs I actually create a podcast for, so that takes some more time, some more pins, and some more marketing. So all of that together, the writing of the blog itself, maybe 1 or 2 days depending on the topic. I'm working on a larger story that takes probably about 2 weeks, and I'm still working on that one. But in general, writing the blog is not the most time-consuming part of the whole blogging sphere. Right, so let's move on. Let's see what has happened financially with this blog last month. I'm quite sure you're interested to learn. And I have moved away from AdSense, as I said before, because I had to. I moved to media.net, and I have had about 4,500 impressions since I started using or started displaying media.net advertising in December, and I have received so far $0.00, which is very discouraging, but I still keep them on because according to all of the research that I did, this is the number 2 advertising platform right after AdSense, and I just need to make sure that I increase my traffic. So once I have, let's say, about 2,000 impressions each month, then I will see that I will actually take this more serious and push for changes that will hopefully increase my revenue to something higher than $0. The next I did is I also integrated AdX.network, and AdX.network is a crypto-based advertising network. When I first started using it, I was very, very hopeful that this will be a better option for me, even with low traffic. And the reason for that is that cryptocurrencies usually can be subdivided into many, many digits after the point, which means that I was hoping that I would get fractional dollars or fractional cents each month for displaying the advertising. What happened? Has happened in the last, I would say, 2 months since I installed or since I used AdX.network, is that most of the advertising that is being displayed is actually advertising from the network about AdX.network itself. And my guess for this is that they do not have sufficient advertisers to fill all of the campaigns that they're running. And as such, my revenue there as well in the last 2 months has been exactly $0 or zero DAI, which is the cryptocurrency that is being paid out for, which is reason enough for me to move on and to find some more common advertiser networks and try those out. Again, the most important thing is to increase the monthly traffic, and I'm working on getting there. On my app side business, with the cancellation of AdSense, Google also terminated my AdMob account because they are linked together, and so I had to move away from AdMob, which was giving me approximately anything between $500 and $600 each month in revenue, and I moved over to MoPub, which is a subdivision of Twitter. And with MoPub, I have earned in January and February exactly $67.72 with 378,000 impressions, which is way less than I used to earn with AdMob. Again, with AdMob, I would earn about $500-600 each month with these apps, and so this is really depressing to see my income decrease by that much. I will. One of the things that I can do to improve this is to integrate the Facebook audience network and have Facebook display some ads inside my apps. And the Facebook audience network is supposedly having a much higher return on the ads. So I will give that a try. I have started implementing it. I haven't been able to get everything set up properly. So once I do this, I hope to boost my income through my app business as well. But so far, this has not happened. Now, going to the social media marketing that I do, as I said, I use Pinterest as the main source of driving traffic to my blog, and this has been quite slow. I started in December with 52,000 impressions, and in January and February it has gone to about 20,000 impressions. So that means that traffic from Pinterest has remained fairly stable, however very low as well. And overall, the most important metric to look at in your Pinterest stats is actually not the number of impressions, but the number of clicks. So people clicking on the link to actually go to your site, and that has been a measly 13 clicks in February. So 13 people looking at the images in Pinterest have actually taken the time to click on the link to go to my webpage. I spend a lot of time and energy on Tailwind and Pinterest to drive this traffic, and I certainly hope that over time I can improve this dramatically and make it all worth. So far, for the last 3 months, as I said, it has been very, very slow. Tailwind. Speaking of Tailwind is a great tool to actually automate a lot of the posting on Pinterest. And one of the things that it does and offer is the Smart Loop feature. And this gives you opportunity to automatically post your pins onto Pinterest at a set schedule. And I have started Smart Loop in I would say mid-February only, because I did not use in the early days. I wanted to figure out Tailwind first and do it manually. So I switched over to Smart Loop, and this is a great feature. It definitely helps with the visibility of your pins, and I would highly recommend, if you have if you have signed up with Tailwind, to take a look at Smart Loop and follow all the advice and pin automatically using this feature. I have also spent a lot of time creating additional pins for Pinterest, and I will continue doing so this month. So this will hopefully be my go-to social media platform that will one day pay back. As for expenses for the blog, I have not had any expenses this month, which is super great. But I had also no income this month. Again, the income from the app business I will not see for another 3 months at least. It has to be above $100, and then there is a 60-day period before they actually go and pay me out. So with that all said, let me see. There is no question in the live stream, as I can see. I would hope that at some point you come by and ask me actually questions live, or if you have any comments or any ideas for future blogs that you want me to write, I am more than happy to fulfill all your wishes and focus on what you want. And until the next time, I would say, stay tuned and have a great Sunday.